Ooh.
We got the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois press conference.
Did you see that?
So it wasn't a press conference. I titled it press conference.
It's like a face to face,
Yeah.
sit down. What I'm gonna do to you in the ring, or all that stuff. I think that was the biggest seller for this fight. Both fighters are not the best talkers. They're not the best promoters. Eddie Hart, I'm saying his name wrong, but Eddie uh, is pretty much the mouthpiece for Joshua. He's pretty much, he does what he does. He does a lot of heavy lifting with talking, being the bad guy. Joshua's always been the preppy, proper, British, all loving fighter who everybody loves, sells out the O2 Arena, sells out Wembley, action figure looking, 6'7", 6'6", built like a Greek god, and he doesn't say much. But I'll tell you that face to face they had. Oh, we need to see Joshua in that mode multiple times. I don't know if it was. Do you think it was authentic or it was just staged? Him being pissed off at Danny or Daniel.
It seemed authentic to me, at least in his delivery.
Yeah, I wish I could play that clip, but I don't want to get demonetized on YouTube or get a YouTube strike because I'm playing some Sky Sports clip. I remember seeing Joshua's energy change when Daniel Dubois said, "Let's fight right now."
He said, "Let's go now.
Let's go now. Let's go now." And Joshua's like, "I don't take kindly to disrespect." In the most British way. He said, "I'll throw this chair over there." Like, yo, we call him Daniel. Daniel.
We can go now.
We go now.
We can go now.
We can go now. But this is a fight nobody wants to see, to be honest.
Ooh.
We want to see Fury Joshua, but Fury's stuck in the Usyk waters because his showcase in the first fight was so bad that they had to use the rematch clause. And we don't want to see that. We don't want. Do you want to see Usyk Fury too? I don't. I don't want to see. It's styles make fights. I don't want to see him get outclassed again because it's gonna happen. It happened to Joshua. It's gonna happen to Usyk. I mean, it's gonna happen to Fury.
I think we have to see it. It's, was it a fluke? Was it not a fluke? How can he recover after he's been knocked down? Like,
recency bias, we all have it. But if we remember the whooping that Fury got in that fight, yes, Fury had Usyk kind of with the body punches, whatever. But that was a boxing masterclass. We were like, nah, he's different gravy, man. Usyk is different gravy because he's a cruiserweight fighting heavyweights. It's just weird to explain, but in that ring, it just looks like it's unfair for him to fight a 6'9" guy who we thought was twinkle toes, light on the feet, moved very good with it. He knocked him out, and they extended the count, or there was something that happened. He knocked Fury out. Remember? Oh, he had Fury in trouble, and they stopped it, or something happened, and then the bell rang, and then it was. But really and truly, Joshua, we want to see you fight Fury. We want you. I don't care about the Wilder fight anymore. That's gone, dead and gone. Bring in what's his name? The guy from Congo, Bakole, or maybe Jang Joshua. We don't want to see you fight Dubois. Respect to Danny Dubois, but his will has been broken too many times by heavyweights. Joe Joyce did that to him. Usyk did that to him. I've seen him kneel at a heavyweight. Most heavyweights go off on their own shield. They get knocked. This dude knelt and quit. The caliber of fighter Joshua is, I think you're way past this, Dubois. But if it's a money grab, I respect Dubois. First of all, for stepping in the ring, I respect you, bro. You're way better than me, a talking head, right? I'm sorry to even say that you don't deserve that chance. You deserve that chance. You are a heavyweight contender in your own right. But man, it's the fans. The fans are calling for a fight that we want to see them before they get into their 39, 40 years old type of thing. We don't want to see another Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather. I'll be honest. But what do you say, or what's your say on that?
Huh. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta be realistic, you know. The boy is in line, you know, he's in line. But some of these guys out here are definitely intriguing, you know, definitely intriguing. But I kind of the pedigree, right? The pedigree, the opponents that the boy has faced. I gotta respect that. But from an interest standpoint, Zane give you a lot of interest. Bacola give you a lot of interest. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I would do a Joe Parker Joshua 2 before I do a Dubois. I would do a Baby Miller, who kind of, people are not talking about what he has done. He has transformed himself, like very dangerous contender that people avoid because he's a busy fight. He has good hand combinations for a big dude, and now he's in shape. That's a different problem. Yes, he got beat by Dubois. I think Dubois beat him. Was it Dubois that beat him? Dubois beat him. Yeah, I think Dubois beat Baby Miller. But you know, but that was an unhealthy, a 320-pound, 340-pound Baby Miller, like when he got beat by Dubois, and they were fighting in Riyadh, I believe, for an undercard for the Ngannou versus Joshua undercard, if I remember. But I don't want to see Dylan White versus Joshua. I don't want to see Joshua versus Chisora. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I don't want to see those fights. I want Joshua to take the risks. This is the point in his career where you take the risks. Do the Ali Foreman. Take that risk. Do the Ali Sonny Lister. Take that risk. Do the Ali Frazier. Take that risk. The only time you took a risk, the only time, Joshua, you took a risk was you fighting Vladimir. And it was more of a risk for Vladimir because you were a newcomer who had just won the Olympics. And he gave you that opportunity and you surprised the world. We don't want
some strong. You're making some strong arguments here.
We don't want you to have these roadman fights. We are tired of that. Take that risk. Grab that division by the scruff of the neck and become a legend. I know Eddie Hearns is looking at you as a cash cow, and that risk is not good for the big grand scheme of things. But we have a Jeng. We have a Bakoli. Let Bakoli be your George Foreman. If you Ali. Deontay Wilder, no. I can see you taking that fight because it's not risky. But take a risk. But anyway, sorry, I was on my because I like Joshua. And I could
definitely you're making some strong points there. I mean, and at the same time, what he could also be doing is heading those guys off at the pass, you know, before they hit that number one contender status or whatever, and realigning himself as the sole number one contender for the title shots. Like me personally, I don't think Usyk has very many fights left. What more is there to accomplish, right?
He's pound
just
number one.
Just the type of guy that he is, you know, like I don't know how much he feels like he has left to prove. And so those belts got to go somewhere. And we probably will see those fights down the line.
Does a Usyk Joshua 3 entice you, or you just felt like those styles don't mix?
No, I mean no.
Okay, same here. I just think he's just so slithering. He's such a cruiserweight. He's so good. He's so good. Like I low-key want Usyk to fight like a Bivol.
The thing is,
Dude,
we're at
like,
the point of Joshua's career that he is what he is. You know,
yeah,
Joshua is what he is now,
yeah.
and we've seen it twice. So
And you know, like, to be honest, the heavyweight is stacked with so many 35-year-olds, 34-year-olds, because I've watched the younger grassroots heavyweight boxers, but I'm not impressed by I was impressed by Big Baby, Jared Anderson. But I think they fed him to the wolves too early. But I'm trying to look for another young fighter in the heavyweight that I could see bringing pure excitement, because the lower divisions are smoking it, because of the output of talent levels, especially when you have an American heavyweight. That's when heavyweight is always at its pinnacle when you have an American heavyweight in that mix. When it's European, Eastern European, that's cool. We saw that the whole early 2000s leading up after, actually mid 2000s leading up to the 2010s leading up, right? Because even Lennox Lewis, one of my goats, right? One of my favorites, was not charismatic. Like we did like the Rahman. That fight. We like the Rahman. We like Mike Tyson. American heavyweight is always, because just how the American culture is with boxing. It's a very casual watching culture, and it's high heavy promotion. That when you get a heavyweight is the pinnacle, is like it's the gravitas of boxing, because people want to see these big mammoth going back and forth and knocking out each other, because the knockout percentage is way higher with the heavy guys, right? So when the heavyweight division is popping in America, a lot of money is made. Wilder did make a resurgence for that. Salute to Wilder. He brought back that interest, and he did play on the angle of, white, black, Fury, him, and whatever. And he made that, they made money. Now that I look at the new heavyweights coming in, I want to see, and if you're watching this and you're an American heavyweight on the come up, make it be known, leave a comment, let us, inform me, educate me. Let me know of your presence. Let me watch your videos, because I don't see anyone in the grassroots competing with the Europeans. And I love the European boxers, but it's just a different vibe when you have an American in the mix. I don't know, but that's maybe my bias being stateside. But what do you think?
it's 100% accurate. It's 100% accurate. The void is why Floyd was able to take the sport and run with it for so long. It's becoming more about antics outside the ring, and a bunch of drama surrounding the fights, and less about the actual competition.
Yeah,
but heavyweight, definitely we need more heavyweights.
More heavyweights. Yeah,
where they're gonna come from, I don't know.
They're all playing football. They're playing football. They're playing basketball. The heavyweights are not in the boxing. And the thing is this. I think one fighter said this: boxers usually come from a certain background, and unfortunately, people fight to get out of certain conditions. Seldomly do you find like a silver spoon child being a professional fighter. Usually, people are fighting real life stuff to get out of situations, and that's the chip on their shoulder to become champions, right? Because they know that's the lottery ticket to help not only themselves but a community and a generation. And it's seen from American fighters, right? And with in America, that's the same story we hear about basketball players. Not saying every basketball player comes from a certain condition, but it's evident, it's seen. The best basketball players do come from a same place. Best football players do come from a same place. It comes from a place not of desperation, but a place of, I got to do this. This is bigger than me. So my grind, my what motivates me is bigger than me, and really and truly, what they see on TV is football, basketball, and sometimes in the creative arts world.
Right.
And how that translates into other sports, I don't know, but I know it's not going. No one is going to the boxing gym to get that CTE, or just it takes a special type of person to put on those gloves and go fight.
First of all, what you got to do before you get in the ring, everything that leads up to that point is torture. The gym is hot. The rounds are longer. The rounds are typically 5 minutes in the gym. Then after you leave the hot gym, you go outside and run where it's hot at too. So
yeah. So I'd say that to bring it back full circle. I respect every person that fights, because damn right, I'm not doing that. I'm not risking that. I'm risking my faculties for that. But I do love the fight sport, so I'll never talk bad about fighters in what they deserve and what they don't deserve. But as a fan, there's some matches that need to happen to build a legacy and make that legacy concrete in the time that you have to fight, where you're fully able and you're in your prime.